On November 1st, the Pittsburgh Steelers traded away Chase Claypool, the former Notre Dame star wide receiver, to the Chicago Bears in exchange for a second-round pick, which is currently projected as the 34th pick. Was this the right move for the Steelers? Did Omar Khan outsmart the Bears? Are the Steelers overvaluing rookie wide receiver George Pickens? All will be answered in this video. Hi and welcome back to another video. My name is Glenn Novak, talking more about Steelers football. A little over 2 months ago, the Steelers traded away Chase Claypool in exchange for a second-round draft pick. Originally, I was going to do an instant reaction video to the trade, but instead decided not to. Now I am ready to give my full thoughts to the trade because it's a lot deeper to me, because not only have I lived in Chicago suburbs my whole life, I also have family that have gone to Notre Dame. My thoughts kind of differ from media people who cover either Steelers or Bears. So let's go through how trade discussions first began. The rumor of a Chase Claypool trade started this past spring after Claypool has similar stats to his rookie season and showed no real improvement on the field, getting memed on for celebrating a first down in a 2-minute drill drive trying to beat the Minnesota Vikings. Steelers drafted Georgia wide receiver George Pickens, which Claypool ironically announced his pick during the draft. Claypool was transitioning into the slot receiver role because of roster turnover, with Juju Smith-Schuster signing with the Kansas City Chiefs and Ray McCloud signing with the San Francisco 49ers. This also allowed for rookie George Pickens to also get more snaps as an outside receiver in the offseason workouts as a wide receiver 3. As the season started, it was a rocky start with no clear starting QB, with Mitchell Trubisky underperforming, leading to offensive production dwindling. It almost became a weekly occurrence in the locker room of offensive players complaining about the Matt candidate offense. Finally, the Steelers decided to bench Trubisky in favor of rookie QB Kenny Pickett in Week 4 against the New York Jets. Claypool had 79 receiving yards in his first 4 games of the season, and then the next 4 games, Chase had a lot better production, getting 21 catches for 232 yards and a touchdown. But by then, the Steelers were 2-6 going into their bye week. At this point, the rumors were getting much louder that many NFL teams were in the race to trade for Claypool with the Steelers' first start since 2013. It made much more sense to listen to offers and mute them. The trade deadline was November 1st, and it was down to the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Bears were desperate to find another viable weapon for QB Justin Fields. That wasn't Darnell Mooney. The Packers were very scarce at wide receiver with their 2 rookies, Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs, injured at the time, needing a spark. This scenario led to an almost bidding war for the 3rd-year wide receiver from Notre Dame. From what began as a 3rd-round pick changed to a high-end 2nd-round pick, the Bears decided to give up for Claypool, since they knew they were competing against the Green Bay Packers and didn't want to lose to their rivals in the North. At that moment in the Steelers front office, I don't know what was going on, but I kind of try to imagine from the scene of Moneyball when Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill's characters were making calls during the MLB trade deadline, and they were just making calls back and forth for a couple minutes, and at the end they were just celebrating that they had traded away their guy and got a great value for him. Instead, it would be, in this scenario, it would be Omar Khan and Andy Weidel or Mike Tomlin celebrating in their desk chairs. And in this scenario, or in the trade, they did the best they could to get all the draft capital for Claypool, since they had the upper hand and got their best offer. Now going back to present day, it seems like the trade has worked out great for the Steelers, with them now using George Pickens more often. He has seemed to become the de facto wide receiver 2, getting 50 or more receiving yards in his past 4 or 5 games, and currently has 642 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, and 42 receptions on the season. And Pickens is making highlight reel catches weekly and adding to the spectacular legacy that with the meme on draft day picture, George Pickens has turned into him. Also, this has led to the Pickett to Pickens connection weekly occurrence. Pickens leads his rookie receiving class in contested catches by more than 5 receptions. George almost plays like a DeAndre Hopkins or AJ Green with his size and speed from previous comparisons that I've made. And now the Steelers currently have the 34th pick from Takeathon.com based on the Bears' current record. This now key draft capital for the Steelers' future they could use that pick on maybe a corner or the offensive lineman have been big needs for them going through the games that I've seen. Since Pickens has emerged as Claypool's replacement, the Steelers are now 6-8 after starting the season 2-6, with a slim chance to make the playoffs. But lots of positives to build off of this season after a rocky start. As for the Bears, they are doing almost the opposite. The Bears have not won a game since October 24th against the New England Patriots on Monday Night Football, and are currently 3-11 with the second overall pick in the upcoming draft projected. Chase Claypool's transition has not been very smooth. Only has 112 receiving yards since joining the team and no touchdowns. The hope is they have him more ready for next season since he hasn't had very much time in the offense. The Luke Getsy offense has had issues in the passing game due to poor pass blocking on the offensive line. And as I've heard from many Bears fans, that this is a rebuilding year with the Bears' future cap space and draft capital. They should be able to make some moves in the offseason to solve those issues. And making the Chase Claypool trade was more of a statement, vote of confidence Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus are giving to QB Justin Fields, because as of to this point, the only actual wide receiver they have on the team is Darnell Mooney. With Claypool, it should show Justin Fields that they want him to stay in Chicago after this first contract, and that they believe that he is the guy for them to lead them to success in the future. Going back to Claypool, he has the upside from what I've heard from people that have talked to Chase Claypool is how he has good attitude and is a hard worker. Bears' performance is not his own fault, just the situation he was put in and can build off of for next season. Claypool has great talent and is learning from one of the best wide receivers in Brandon Marshall. Justin Fields is much better QB than Kenny Pickett at this point, so that should improve Claypool's progress as well. And I really do hope Claypool finds success in Chicago, so that way I have something watchable on Sundays in the local market. All in all, it feels like the Steelers have won this trade. At the moment, the Bears are still waiting for the Claypool coming out party, and with the emergence of George Pickens as a top wide receiver for the Steelers, and next season, if they use him correctly, with the Steelers putting full confidence in him, the Johnson and Pickens tandem could be elite next season, and hopefully Omar Khan can hit on his first draft class next season with some of the extra draft capital they have from this Chase Claypool trade from the Bears. So with that, I'm ending the video. Please like and comment down your thoughts on the Claypool trade or how you think the Bears and Steelers will fare in the future. And make sure to stay classy, Steeler Nation.